But the elephant's response is a lesson in endurance, brute strength and instinctive desperation. These crocodile attacks on elephants are rare, but when they happen, each second seems to last an eternity. The crocodile gets trapped like a living trap, and the elephant does everything it can to free itself. Some documentaries show calves being attacked, which adds even more drama to the scene. And here, more than ever, we see a true clash of worlds, the solidity of the land facing the fluidity of the water. It's like watching a movie in real time, except here, there's no stunt double, no rehearsal. It's pure survival instinct. An elephant's trunk is its most precious asset. It is used to eat, drink, communicate, and defend itself. And when a crocodile bites there, it is attacking more than just meat, it is trying to destabilize the opponent's entire system. But elephants are not alone. Often, the entire herd reacts. Have you ever imagined a group of elephants advancing in defense of a calf? It is a powerful image, even moving. But if you thought that was surprising, just wait until you see when the crocodile encounters an adversary that is, at the same time, venomous and ancient. Komodo dragon versus crocodile, titans of land and water. There are clashes that seem to have come straight out of a movie script, and the duel between the Komodo dragon and the crocodile is exactly that, a meeting between two ancient monsters, each a king in its own territory. On one side, we have the Komodo dragon, owner of a venomous bite, unexpected speed, and an almost supernatural sense of smell. On the other side, the crocodile, unbeatable in the water, with fast and precise crocodile attacks. When these two face each other, the world stops. It's land against water, toxin against jaw, and the result is unpredictable. In documentaries that explore these epic battles between animals, we see how the Komodo dragon observes with coolness and intelligence. It does not throw itself into danger just like that. It calculates, prowls, tests. In one striking scene, the crocodile rested on the shore while the dragon slowly approached. It was almost a psychological duel. And that is the point, the physically strongest does not always win, often, the one who understands the game best is the one who comes out alive. It is a powerful reminder even for our lives, strategy is worth more than brute force. These confrontations between predators are as visceral as they are symbolic. They represent forces that exist in human nature itself, courage and caution, impulse and reflection. A crocodile in action may be a tank, but the dragon is a cunning warrior. Both are survivors of ancient times, and watching them in conflict is like opening a window into the planet's past. But the jungle does not live on rivalries alone. Sometimes, the fight is less about domination, and more about protection. And that's what happens when a mother cheetah enters the scene, against all odds. Cheetah versus lions, speed vs. strength. In nature, the strongest doesn't always win. Sometimes, what makes all the difference is intelligence combined with agility. And there's no better example of this than a mother cheetah facing off against a group of lions. The scenario is tense, a lone predator against a pack of hunters. But that's when things get interesting. In real life, we see that speed can be a more lethal weapon than sharp claws. This female, using tactics worthy of a war strategist, distracts the lions, runs in a zigzag pattern, and saves her cubs. Pure mastery. These scenes show that, in confrontations between predators, it's not just about muscle strength. It's about reading the environment, perceiving risk, and acting quickly. It's like in chess, you can be surrounded, but still see a move that saves you. And that move, in the world of dangerous animals, can be the difference between life and death. In a wild animal documentary, this story becomes even more vivid. The camera follows the heavy breathing, the attentive eyes, the tension in the air. It's an action film, but without a script. And if you look closely, there is a powerful lesson here: underestimating the fragile can be the biggest mistake. The crocodile in action, the roaring lion, the Komodo dragon crawling, all imposing. But the mother cheetah, light as the wind, shows that protecting what you love is also an act of fierce courage. This is true in the jungle. And in life. And speaking of protecting, there is an ancient rivalry that revolves precisely around the fight for food, territory and survival. Are you ready? Because when hyenas and lions face off, chaos is guaranteed. Hyenas and lions, the eternal rivalry. There is something almost almost personal about the rivalry between hyenas and lions. It is as if they have an unspoken agreement to always hate each other. And this feud is not new, you know. In every wild animal documentary worthy of the name, there they are, fighting over carcasses, surrounding territory, provoking ambushes. Hyenas are seen as opportunists, but that's not a flaw. It's survival. And in many predator confrontations, they prove that numbers and persistence can defeat even the king of the jungle. It's common to see a lone lion, tired after hunting, surrounded by a coordinated group of hyenas. They don't attack on impulse, they wait, test, challenge. This dynamic is very reminiscent of those situations in life where you have something valuable, but you have to keep your eyes open because there's always someone trying to take it. Real animal attacks in this context are a stark portrayal of nature's competitiveness. And yes, the crocodile may be far from these battles. But this climate of tension and instinct is the same as the one he experiences in his habitat. And speaking of crocodiles, the comparison with hyenas is valid in one crucial point: both know how to wait for the right moment. A crocodile in action is as patient as a hungry hyena. They don't waste energy. They observe, analyze, and when they attack, it's decisive. Epic battles between animals are full of these details that we only notice when we really pay attention. And look, if you've come this far, it's because you also feel this curiosity pulsing. And now that we've seen all this, it's time to open a new cycle. And after all this, tell me one thing: what have you learned from these wild confrontations? Because believe me, this is not just a show of teeth, claws, and ferocious attacks. It is a living lesson in strategy, instinct, patience, strength, and, above all, survival. Have you ever stopped to think that maybe your life is also a jungle, only made of concrete? And that maybe it is time to observe more, act with precision, and stop fighting battles that are not yours? The crocodile waits for the right moment. The cheetah acts intelligently. The hyena plays in groups. And the elephant? It defends its own with everything it has. Which of these tactics have you been using? Which one should you start applying? There is the provocation. Nature does not just teach you how to survive, it shows you how to thrive. But only those who are willing to observe carefully and apply it courageously learn. And now that you have seen all this, are you going to continue ignoring the signs? If this content has awakened something in you, a fascination, a reflection, a spark, then don't let it die here. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, and come with us on this journey through the wild intelligence of nature. Because here, each video is more than entertainment, it is knowledge in the form of instinct. And the next episode promises even more.